All right, so let's talk a little bit about SEER. I get a lot of questions as to, hey, what is SEER? What does it mean? So the definition of SEER is really pretty simple. Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio. So it just breaks down like this. The higher the number, less it costs you to run. Now that's making some very big assumptions when I say that, though. Just because you have a high, SEER rating does not mean that air conditioner is going to give you huge savings. It always comes back down to how the system was installed and dialed into your house. I mean, understand your efficiency is going to be driven off of that SEER rating, of course, but the installed efficiency and the manufacturer's efficiency are typically going to always be two different numbers or two different things. So there's some things you want to look at when you're talking about efficiency. Somebody who's really interested in learning more about SEER or is watching this video, they're interested in saving money, because let's face it, the utility costs are never going to go down. Utility costs will continue to rise year after year, season after season, and we're only going to continue to pay more and more and more. So if you can save a few dollars and keep those in your bank account rather than the utility company's bank account, I mean, let's face it, that's a good thing. Plus, the less energy we use, the less we consume, the better it is for everybody. So when you're talking about efficiency, what you're really doing is talking about saving energy or consuming less. So there's a lot of parameters that come into operational efficiency. The ductwork being a very, very, very big part of it that a lot of people don't really focus on, or they don't want to be told about the ductwork or take or authorize that recommendation, because in their mind the ductwork's fine, the house is built, you're just trying to sell me something. That is not the case, right? Ductwork is sized based on the length of the run and the size of the room of the run, and also what is it the system being asked to do. Let's rewind the clock. If your house was built pre-1970, pre-1980, was it built with air conditioning? Heck, I mean, Northern California, there's homes that were built in 2000 that didn't have air conditioning installed. So was your house designed and built with air conditioning? Because if it wasn't, which is a lot of homes out there, then the duct system was designed for heating. Now that's good, but understand, we know with the law of physics that hot air rises and cold air sinks. Cold air is more dense, cold air is heavier than warm air. So that being the case, it takes a bigger diameter duct to move adequate amount of air conditioned air through that ductwork than it would if we were just heating. So if you're adding air conditioning to the house, or your house is really old, meaning 20 years or older, 30 years or older, and it has the original ductwork in the house, it's something you're going to want to look at, because you could put in the best air conditioner and the best heating and air conditioning system that money can buy, but if you hook it up to inadequate ductwork that's not sized properly, it's not designed properly, it's not sealed properly, all that money that you were saving because you went to a high efficiency unit, you're giving right back by conditioning your existing space, as well as putting the system under a unnecessary strain that it has to operate at higher energy consumption levels to just get through that ductwork. I mean, everything's straining. So think of ductwork like the arteries of the body, right? I mean, the heart is the air conditioner or the furnace or whatever have you, but the veins that run through your body and transport the blood throughout your entire body for the circulation, that's your ductwork in your home. So your ductwork's job is to carry, the air, conditioned air throughout the home and deliver it. Well, if you have really high blood pressure, or you start to have, veins or arteries that start to get blocked or partially blocked, that has a negative impact on your ticker, right? I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if you're going to have a heart attack. It's simply a matter of when you're going to have a heart attack, or a failure, for lack of a better word. Just like with your air conditioning. With ductwork that's not addressed, when you're installing a high efficiency comfort system, a system designed for today, that's higher end technology and much more sensitive than the old systems, because they're able to achieve such a higher level of efficiency, it's really important that you look at the ductwork. So look at that SEER rating, just like you're doing, which is great. The higher the number, the less it's going to cost you. And then also make sure that you're looking at your ductwork and having, a professional look at those and make sure they're sized properly. I mean, there should be scientific tools that are used for all of this. Again, not just opinion. Oh, I've been doing this for 30 years, trust me. That's not scientific evidence, right? You want it designed properly. Don't guess with your hard-earned dollars. Make sure that whoever that you're having into your home understands the importance of airflow, understands the importance of properly duct sizing, is taking the time in their presentation to explain to you what kind of ductwork you have right now and what recommendations they're making and why they're making those recommendations. They're not just trying to sell you something. I mean, of course, our job is to promote products, but they're not just to push products. It's not to just sell somebody something to sell them something. It's to educate them on their options that will really help you out. Things that you're going to notice a difference on in your home. It's an enhancement to your living environment. And let's face it, you spend more time in your home arguably than anywhere else besides maybe work. Right? I mean, that's our castle. So don't you want to do it right? Don't you want to have somebody who is taking the time to look at all that stuff and educating you on it so that you know when you make an informed, educated decision? I mean, I do. That's the way I want to purchase things, and I'm sure you're the same. So look at the SEER rating, and then as you go up in SEER ratings, understand your benefits or your features on the equipment will change. So when you start off today, the minimum efficiency allowable by law, right? Allowable by law is 14 here in Northern California. You cannot purchase an air conditioning system that's less than 14 SEER. So that's the bare minimum. That's just entry level just to have air conditioning in your home. From there, it will go up typically to 16, 18, 17, 18, right, then to 20, then 21, and as high as 25. So you can get as high as 25 SEER. That's pretty awesome. That is a super high efficiency system. But understand it also comes with a lot of other features that the 14 SEER is never going to come with. Things such as modulating compressors, right, variable speed blower motors, DC current inducer draft motors and condenser fan motors and all this technical jargon that really all it means is that these features are designed to not only deliver super efficient heating and air conditioning, but also increase the quality of the conditions of your home. So it's going to go after and it's going to have more positive impact on things such as the way you feel throughout the house, right? The temperature, the comfort throughout the home, and the way the house smells and just everything, all your senses, if you will. I mean, all 5 of your senses are going to have a positive impact, right? It's going to look good. If the house is going to smell good, if you hire a good contractor, it's going to look good. And if you hire environmental heating and air conditioning, solutions, we're going to make sure that a craftsman comes out to your house and you will be able to see the quality of their work. I mean, you can tell, not even knowing the technical side, you will know that this person took a lot of pride in what they do and that they did it right. And you're going to see the testing and you're going to see them dialing this in with scientific instruments to make sure that you're getting every penny in which you're paying for. Because you can spend all of this money on super high efficiency equipment and again, your energy bills could stay the same. Or heck, they could go up, or they just go down a little bit. If you're investing tens of thousands of dollars into your home in a new high-efficiency comfort system, you should be getting all the benefits and the longevity and everything else. So SEER is seasonal energy efficiency ratio. The higher the number, the less it costs you to operate. Again, look at your ductwork. Make sure that you're looking at that, especially if you didn't have air conditioning in the past or it's something that has been added to the home after it was built. That duct system was not designed for air conditioning in almost every case. So at that point, you definitely want to look at it and you want to look at the R value on that ductwork and make sure that it's at least an R8. That's everything that we install. You can go a minimum of R6 in Northern California for Energy Star, but R8 is the minimum, is the level that you want to have installed. Get as much insulation around that ductwork as possible. So I hope this video was informative and helpful. If you have any questions, please call Environmental Heating and Air Solutions. Let one of our team members, answer all your questions over the phone. Allow us to come out to your house, educate you on all your options, take the time to really give you all the information you need to make a great decision, both short and long term, for you and your family.